Welcome to 2G2C, a show where two of us guys talk about movies. We analyze, criticize. We're going to talk about Random Rants today.
Just random ranting.
Yes, I'm your host, Benny.
And I'm Luke.
And he's the other host.
I'm the other guy.
Yeah, I was going to say. First rant that I have, we're just going to kind of talk about why we go to movies. There has to be something that says, I'm going to go see this movie. And number one, the first reason why we typically go to movies is for the actors. I think nowadays, because actors are so famous and celebrities and all this stuff, we're like, I want to go see this actor. Like, good example, Denzel Washington. Doesn't really matter what story, what movie he's doing, what character he's playing. I want to go see it because it's Denzel Washington. So if he's a freaking pilot flying a plane upside down who's an alcoholic,
or if he's stopping a train.
Yeah, that can't be stopped. And it's funny because if you ever think about, I'm going to go see a Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise or whatever, you never see the character of the story. You see Tom Cruise in another science fiction movie. You see Tom Cruise being a football agent or whatever, whatever he's doing.
Or fighting aliens.
You're seeing Tom Cruise can't handle the truth. So that's one rant. Would you agree? Anything you have to add?
It's pretty impossible to distinguish the character from the actor, because when you're going to see an actor, it's almost impossible to see him as the character playing the role.
Mm-hmm.
You just see Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt.
Yeah. And
that cheapens the character, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and on the flip side too, like if you have great actors, like let's say a great actor, Tom Hanks. Like, yeah. You see Tom Hanks, but when you're watching the movie, you totally forget that Tom Hanks is playing Captain Phillips. You're so engulfed in that role.
Wilson.
Yeah, Castaway, all his movies. You know it's Tom Hanks, but he's such a great actor. We know way too much about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, right? So when we watch their movies, all we see is Brad Pitt fighting Nazis, or he's producing 12 Years a Slave, but we still see Brad Pitt in it. So, number two, the second one that I got going on is we go to see movies for the director.
Some of us do.
Yes. Great example is Steven Spielberg. We all know when his movies are coming out, and we go see his movies for him. Mm-hmm. War Horse is a great example. Who was in that movie?
A horse?
A horse was in that movie. But it's a good example. Spielberg's movie, so I want to go see it. It's got to be good. And it was very good because he directed, not because of any actors in it.
At the same time, I've also gotten duped into seeing a few Spielberg movies just because his name was on it.
Exactly.
I'm looking at you, War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
So also be careful of directors. You might get tricked.
Yeah, definitely. After Earth, M. Night Shyamalan's movie, it was not publicized as M. Night's movie because I would have heard about it.
And if I knew that, I probably would want to see it less.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, that's the second reason. So we got first one, just to recap, actors. We go to see actors, whether we like them or not. And then second one, directors. We go to see the director. Christopher Nolan's new crazy movie. We want to see how he's going to do whatever he's going to do.
How is he going to screw with my mind this time?
So that's why we go. 3, it rarely happens. It happens less than you think. Great director directs great actors, and we can't wait to go see it.
With a great story.
Yeah. That doesn't happen a lot. A great example is like Inception. You had Christopher Nolan, who's a great director, directing great actors.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Joseph
Gordon-Levitt.
Yes. Yeah, so that doesn't happen very often. Like a good example, the new one, Wolf of Wall Street, didn't win anything, but it had a great director with great actors in it. And it should have won a lot of stuff.
Should have won something.
Best director. That's all I know. Anyway, so those are 3 big ones. A fourth little tiny one, maybe it should be the pinky. A fourth little one is, and it rarely ever happens, is no-name directors, someone you've never heard before, with no-name actors who you've never heard before, blow your mind. And a great example of it is the movie 300. We didn't know who Zack Snyder was really before that. We never heard of
Gerard Butler
before. And because of that movie, just exploded both their careers.
They're all famous now.
Yeah, we all went and saw 300. Try to think of another movie that had no name directors and no name actors.
12 Years a Slave?
Yeah, I mean... Alright, so now we're going to do a kind of a new thing this week. This episode, I'm going to ask some questions. And Luke is going to answer them, because Luke is far more intelligent than I am.
No.
At least with movies. I'm so emotional about it. He's more level-headed. I have a quick question, because it's been on my mind. And I had talked to Luke about this before, and I wanted to share it all with the world. But just watched the new trailer for the new Transformers movie, Age of Extinction, Transformers 4. Gotta keep making them. Gotta keep making them. They're done amazingly. Like, the CGI of the Transformers, it looks absolutely real.
I have to admit, it does look pretty good.
Yeah, I'm always blown away by what he can do. So my question is, why does a movie like that do the CGI so amazingly? And even like Gravity, the CGI was great. But then a movie like Riddick, the CGI was terrible. It looked horrible. You have some movies that the CGI looks like, I did it. And then you have some movies that look like, friggin' genius made it. So I want to know, why does some movies look so great CGI and why some movies look so bad CGI?
I think it boils down to 3 main factors. Time limit, budget, and the design team who's actually animating the CGI. I know you just make CGI in a computer, but with all the render times and the amount of hard drive space that you need to make these things, you still need a lot of money to do it properly. So a bigger budget, you might get better CGI.
Okay.
Time limit. Because Michael Bay is making the Transformer movies, the studios are probably willing to give him more time to make it look better. Where Riddick is kind of not a very good franchise, so they want to crank them out. Kind of like how we crank out these episodes every week.
They're so good.
And then the final factor is who's actually making the CGI. Maybe the people who are making Transformers have made like 30 other CGI movies, so they have a lot of experience and they know how to do it. Where the Riddick people, again, if they have a smaller budget, they probably have to cheapen it out for who they get to actually model and animate the computer effects.
So, my next question is, question number 2 for my friend Luke here, is why do the same actor, maybe Jonah Hill or whoever, I don't Kate Blanchett or whoever these people who are winning, Matthew McConaughey, the ones who are winning all the Oscars, why is it that the same actor or actress can be nominated for an Oscar, but also do movies that are so badly done and they're terrible actors? And so how does that happen? How does the same actor get nominated for an Oscar but also can do such crap?
Now, I'm going to give you a great example for your favorite, Sandra Bullock. In 1 year, in the same year, she won an Academy Award for Best Actress and a Razzie Award for Worst Actress. Because she was in, what was that, All About Steve?
Yeah,
Something like that.
She was Bradley Cooper.
She was in All About Steve, but then she was also in The Blind Side.
Yeah.
So she won the opposite award in one single year.
Yeah.
It really boils down to the writing, what they have to say on camera.
Why? I mean, I'm sure you don't know what she's thinking about, but then I feel like sometimes these agents or people who have such a great actor or actress or whatever, and they're gonna say you should do this movie, you shouldn't do this movie, right? I would think.
Yeah, you do have to keep in mind that these actors don't always make the decision themselves. They have a lot of slick-talking agents that might trick them into a role. Or a movie just might sound like a lot of fun and I need the extra money.
You should be an astronaut. In your opinion, Luke, what makes a good movie, what makes a bad movie?
I'm going to tell you the answer.
Whatever we say.
The audience. The audience makes the movie. Because I don't remember who said it, but a great director once said that it takes 10 years until you find out if a film is any good or not. And I believe that. Here's a funny story. We used to work at Blockbuster.
That's funny in itself.
That's funny in itself.
That's how
but we had a boss who, to be a boss at Blockbuster, you'd think you'd have to have some kind of taste in films. But what was his favorite movie?
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World, because it just came out.
Yeah.
Who the hell talks about that movie anymore?
Nobody.
So, if you want the short answer, time.
Yeah.
Time makes a movie.
New segment of the week.
Brand new segment.
Brand new. You've never heard it before. You heard it here first. Movies we are looking forward to. Anticipation.
Most anticipated.
Most anticipation. Most anticipated.
Sin City 2. I have been waiting like 10 years for this movie to come out.
Even before the first one came out.
No, the first one came out a long time ago.
I didn't know when it was made.
I've been seeing it be delayed and delayed over
For a
and
couple
over and
years
over.
now,
For
yeah.
a
At
long
least 3 years.
long time.
Yeah.
And I don't care if Jessica Alba's in it. I'm gonna see it.
Jessica's Alba.
Jessica Alba.
Jessica's Alba. Most anticipated right now at this particular moment is Wes Anderson's new movie, The Budapest Hotel.
That looks so good.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one. It looks hilarious. That is our show today. Today was our Random Rants. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was educational for you. That's what we're about.
Like, comment, subscribe, and go watch something.
Yeah. Okay, that movie. But so it's like that. And funny enough, we don't know who directed those movies. We don't care. So yeah, that's a key point.
It's going nuts, man. Time out.
Baby.